Right now we're sitting in front of the AC Performance Plus with carbon blue. What that means is this is a belt-driven bike. It's not a chain-driven bike. So right now what we want to do is we're going to show you how to check the tension on the belt and make any adjustments if necessary. You want to remove the following screws in order to get the shroud off. Now that we have the shrouds off, what we want to do is we're going to check and just kind of do a visual inspection on the alignment between the crank pulley and the flywheel pulley. And if you come and you step back here, you can kind of look straight down and just make sure that they're in alignment. The only thing that really can come out of alignment is this your flywheel pulley. This pulley right here can come out of alignment if your tension bolts for your flywheel are not even. And what can happen is the flywheel can kind of become cocked to one side, kind of like something like that, and that would throw that pulley off on your flywheel. Just make sure that you have your tension bolts even, and there shouldn't be a problem there. If you need to make adjustments on the tension for the drive belt, you want to loosen your axle nuts up here in the front on both the right and the left, and then you'll make adjustments right here on your tension bolts. Right now I'm going to show you how to check the tension on the carbon blue belt. It's fairly simple if you got the right tools. We have this little gauge we're going to be using here. It's from this website. It's called the Cricket 2, and it's pretty handy, dandy little gauge. It's not that expensive, and it'll get the job done. Looking at the little Cricket 2 here, belt gauge, you can see my finger goes through here. There's like a little button type thing underneath there. And you'll look and see the range, and this is like 30 pounds to like 160 pounds. On the top we got the kg reading, so we can use them both. What's going to happen is I'm going to put this on the belt and I'm going to push down, and as I push down, at one point it's going to click. Once it clicks, I stop pushing, and this little arm is going to move up, and we're going to look and see where it intersects, and that is going to tell us how much pressure we have or how much tension we have on this belt. And on the carbon blue, we want it to be between 35 to 50 pounds. And so right now what I'm going to do is you don't want to test it like way in here, because you're not going to get a good reading. You want to test it like way over here. You're not going to get a good reading. Kind of getting a little bit in the middle, and you're going to see I'm kind of going a little bit parallel or a little bit to the side of this hole on the chain guard, and that's pretty good. And now I'm going to start pushing. As I push, I'm going to listen for that little click, and let's see here. Click, and then I stop. And now what I want to do is I'm going to look and find out where this is intersecting. And if you see right here in this little area, that is going to be the intersection. And then I'm going to look on the gauge, and actually this one looks like it's just right at 50 pounds. So we're borderline close to the high level, but it's just right there, so we're going to leave that alone. If this was too high and it went up above, like 100 pounds or something crazy like that, we'd definitely make an adjustment. Or if it was lower and it didn't even, on this one, it probably wouldn't even actually get on the scale, then we would have to make adjustments to the chain. But that's just one way to check the tension on it. Like I said, it's a little Cricket belt tensioner, fairly inexpensive, and it gets the job done. Make sure you do equal turns in order to keep the flywheel in alignment.